Hello and welcome to this international webinar. Today we are excited to present the MAAT project Mobilizing Youth for Gender Inclusive Cities. The agenda for today is to start with a presentation about Erasmus Plus program, about this project, main obstacles, best practices, lessons learned, and Q&A. Funded under the Erasmus Plus program, this initiative explores how we can create urban spaces that are more inclusive, equitable, and responsive to the needs of all genders. Let's dive into how we can empower youth to shape our cities for the future. Erasmus Plus is the European Union's flagship program for education, training, youth, and sport. Spanning from 2021 to 2027, it is committed to inclusivity, fostering green practices, promoting digital skills, and supporting lifelong learning. Erasmus Plus aims to equip individuals with the tools to actively participate in democratic life, strengthening social cohesion, and facilitate transitions to a dynamic labor market. The Erasmus Plus program offers unparalleled opportunities for mobility and collaboration. By supporting lifelong learning, it encourages personal and professional growth, social innovation, and sustainable practices. The program empowers individuals to thrive in education and the workplace, while providing organizations with the financial support to make impactful contributions in their communities. The MAAT project stands for Mobilizing Youth for Gender Inclusive Cities. Inspired by the principle that cities designed for everyone ensure better living conditions and long-term economic growth, this project delves into how urban planning can address gender disparities. By examining gender experience in public spaces, MAAT emphasizes the need to create equitable and inclusive environments. Research shows that women experience cities differently than men, from relying more heavily on public service to being primary targets of harassment. Urban environments can reflect or amplify societal inequalities. This issue becomes more complex when intersecting with other forms of discrimination, such as racism or homophobia. Our goal is to challenge these norms and empower the next generation to design cities that work for everyone. A 21st century society must strive to eliminate, or at least reduce, gender-based inequalities in urban spaces. As the next generation of decision makers, youth have the power to force driving inclusive societies that work for everyone. The MAAT project is guided by four core objectives. Promote evidence-based urban policy making. To encourage urban policies that address the real needs of city users, particularly women, through an intersectional gender perspective. Support youth development. To foster the educational and personal growth of young people by empowering them to think globally and act locally in making their cities more gender inclusive. Advance digital transformation and innovation. To enhance the capacity of youth organizations through digital transformation, cooperation, creativity, and the upskilling of youth workers. And fourth, raise awareness of gender inequalities, to shed light of how intersection gender inequalities are reflected or amplified by urban planning, and to explore strategies for addressing these issues. These objectives collectively emphasize the importance of inclusive, innovative, and youth-led approaches to creating equitable urban spaces. Engaging youth in decision-making process comes with challenges. These include maintaining consistent participation over time, lack of safe, inclusive environments for expression, digital barriers like information overload and algorithmic biases, stigma and lack of support in civic engagement. Co-creation and co-management. From lack of awareness and fear of failure to insufficient safe spaces and mentorship, these barriers prevent meaningful involvement. Digital platforms offer unprecedented opportunities for engagement, but they also present challenges. These include misinformation, algorithmic biases, and overwhelming volume of information. Effective digital engagement requires thoughtful strategies and resources. When it comes to deliberative participation, barriers like civic disengagement, stigma, and inexperience often hold youth back. Building confidence and ensuring youth feel their contributions matter are critical steps in overcoming these barriers. Youth activism faces challenges such as civic disengagement, inefficiency in traditional methods, and bureaucratic delays. Through the MAAT project, we have identified best practice to overcome this challenge, including co-creation and co-management processes that actively involve youth, and in building trust and fostering environments where their voices matter is essential. Using interactive digital tools for engagement with target content, adapt for algorithms, combat misinformation, and bias testing. About deliberative participation is important, creating safe, inclusive spaces where young people feel valued, and providing mentorship to guide and empower youth through complex process. And also use accessible language and clear communication to demystify deliberative process and build trust. These approaches empower youth, ensuring their voices are heard and their actions have impact. Successful youth movements rely on collaboration, innovation, and resilience. Encouraging peer support, using digital platforms effectively, and showcasing small victories can help sustain momentum and drive long-term change. This project focuses on empowering youth by offering clear pathways for activism and showcasing how their contributions can lead to tangible outcomes. The project us towards important lessons, such as sustained engagement is critical for success. Safe, inclusive environments foster effective participation, and mentorship and support networks are essential for empowering youth. These lessons are foundational for fostering meaningful participation and designing gender-inclusive urban spaces. To make these learnings actionable, we have developed the MAAT Toolkit. This toolkit is a culmination of our findings, offering strategies and resources for youth and organizations alike. It serves as a guide to overcome participation challenges, foster inclusivity, and design gender-responsive urban spaces. We encourage you to explore it and apply it in your work to foster thriving, equitable communities. This concludes the presentation portion of our webinar. We'd love to hear your thoughts and questions. The insights shared today are just the beginning. Your input is invaluable in shaping the future of gender-inclusive urban spaces. Thank you for joining this webinar. Together, we can create cities that are safer, more inclusive, and designed for everyone. Every step towards inclusivity, no matter how small, makes a difference. The MAAT project's impact highlights the power of youth in driving transformation and remaining urban spaces as places for everyone. Let's continue working towards a future where all voices are heard and all needs are addressed.